Make some noise for Becky, Baldwin! The air is bleeding, blood will fall as if she cries. God forsaken, God will stare into her eyes. The maze, the snake, matches are hypnotized. Her lips, her face, matches are realized. Medusa feel my joy. Medusa feel my
Thank you. Welcome to the Doomsday Report. Now, this week I'm being joined by these guys here. It's Luke Appleton, Becky Baldwin, and Rishi Mehta.
Yeah.
And these guys are on their Luke's Snake Eyes tour, and I hope to have a little chat with them.
Hello.
So, how's it going?
So far so good. This is, we were just speaking earlier that this is actually the first time the three of us have performed acoustically together. So there's a bit of nerves there, a lot of excitement, and we're very happy. We just did the sound check. It's sounding really, really cool. Very excited to hear the actual performance and see what we can get going tonight.
So, what sort of things are you expecting for tonight that have been different to your previous gigs? Because, as you said, this is the first time that you three have played the stage together, and you've been playing, was it with your brother on the previous gigs?
Yeah, the last three shows I've done were in Europe, Germany, Netherlands and Belgium. With myself, I was actually supporting Blaze Bailey,
Yeah.
His acoustic set, and I was also performing in his band as well. So it was myself and brother and Blaze Bailey doing a classic bunch of Iron Maiden songs and all songs from his solo career as well. And then I flew over to Glasgow today, this morning, and yeah, so it's going to be really nice because I performed many gigs with Rishi and Becky, but never together. And we've had some brilliant gigs all over the world, all over Europe, and myself and Becky, we went to Greece together, did 3 shows over there, and it's really, really great. Rishi always does some wonderful vocal harmonies with me, and then Becky also covers the vocal harmonies, but she's got these wonderful melodic bass lines. So now it's all going to be together. So I'm very, very excited to hear what we can perform and create together musically. I think it's going to be very special. So, history tonight.
History's being broken,
Yes, yeah.
Now, I was watching your video for Snake Eyes.
Yes.
That's a fabulous song, it really is.
Thank you.
Now, what's the thought behind it, the meaning behind Snake Eyes?
Well, I chose that song to be the title track of the album because it's one of my personal favourites off the album, and I think it holds the strongest meaning lyrically. And the whole thought was to try and get, if you're a person and you're addicted to something, it's try to get away from that addiction that may be destroying your life, maybe in excessive amounts. So drugs, alcohol. Yeah, you can see it on there. So like drugs, there's a scene with a rock star who's addicted to drugs, and by the end of the music video he walks away from drugs or whatever it may be. A scene of an alcoholic kind of destroying their life, and at the end of it they're kind of putting it down, walking away. And I mean, the whole basic thing is just whatever kind of you can have addiction to shoes if you have it. It's just you spending all your money on shoes, but that's the no.
Do you not have an addiction to shoes?
Oh, no.
I don't think so. I don't.
I've got one pair and I like them.
But that was the whole thing, you know. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with alcohol at all, you know. You can have it, you can do it, but I know a lot of people that it's destroyed their lives, and it's having the power and the confidence to say no to it. So that's the message I tried to get across in that song.
That's deep. I like that one.
Cool, man. Thank you.
You know, now, Becky, is this your first time playing in Glasgow?
No, I played Glasgow quite a few times.
Have you?
Yeah, this venue twice before. Also the O2 venue and some other ones, I think, which I can't remember the names of. So yeah, a few times in Glasgow, which is cool.
Because this is actually my first time catching you.
Oh right,
like,
yeah.
Ever.
Oh,
I mean,
cool.
I followed you on like Facebook for a while.
Yeah.
And then I learned that you was working with Luke the last time you come up here with Absolva, you know, and now meeting this man, you know, so it's great because obviously I know Luke and now I'm getting to meet you two as well. And I think that's fantastic, so I'm really looking forward to the show, you know. And what other singles are you got for like this show? Any videos?
Well, there's 2 videos online from the album, which Snake Eyes, which you mentioned, and there's also a lyric video of the song Medusa that is on YouTube right now, so you can go and view that now. I've been thinking about making another. One of my favourite songs is Stone Broke From My Heart, so that's a very good contender for another video to kind of round off this tour, because I've got a lot of footage over the last few months from the dates and everything. So yeah, there may be another video out, and tonight the set list is gonna vary of a lot of Iced Earth material acoustically, some Absolva classics, and then a heavy amount of the Snake Eyes album and my EP, How Does It Feel to Be Alive?
Nice one.
Nice mixture.
Now, Rishi and Becky, what are your favourite tracks to play off of this EP?
Well, off the album, well, I actually guested on the album, so I played on a couple of songs on the album, one of which is in the set at the moment, so I do enjoy playing that, which is Stone Broke. As Luke mentioned earlier, I'm sort of involved quite a lot in the harmony vocals, so I enjoy any of the ones where we get to harmonise, and that's quite a lot of them. So, but I think the whole album's really, really strong.
Yeah.
I was blown away with it when, I mean, Luke was playing me the demos of it before it was recorded, and I was like, wow. But then I'd heard some of the demos and I was really impressed, and he'd asked me to play on a couple of songs. But then the key moment was the day I went into the studio to record my parts. Before we actually went and recorded it, he played us all the songs what he got so far, and I was absolutely blown away with the variety and just the lyrical content, the performance all round, and both vocally and guitar wise, and also some of the other guest appearances. I love the song First Star, which Teresa Smith from Mehta guests on, and the 3 of us actually got to perform that at SOS Festival in near Manchester in the summer, and that was phenomenal, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a good moment. Cracking singer, cracking band.
Yeah.
Nice one. And what about you, Becky? Have you got any favourite tracks off the album to play?
Yeah, probably the obvious one would be Medusa. It's got the bass solo in it, so yeah.
See, being a bass player, I can recognise that.
Yeah, definitely that one.
Great song.
Alright, now, how many songs is it you're going to be playing tonight? Have you got a set number? Are you going to chuck any extras in?
12 and then extras or something.
No, they're not allowed to see it. It's a surprise. But there's roughly about 12, and then we kind of feed off the crowd, and if they're going crazy, then we have quite a large number of encores that we may play for them. So you've got to go absolutely insane for that.
If they're looking tired, we're looking tired as well.
But we've really done our homework kind of thing, because we've got a very nice variety of, like I say, songs from my album, Iced Earth and Absolva, and sometimes we like to throw in some surprises of cover bands that are mainly influences for ourselves, and then there's one particular song I won't say, but which is just a massive party, pretty much. And I'm pretty sure you two know which one I mean, but yeah, it's very nice. It's, you know, the whole acoustic thing, when I started it, I just wanted to have some fun, and you know, it's such a naked thing and experience just to go up there acoustically. There's no drums, there's not much distortion anyway. Sometimes Rishi has an electric guitar sound, which is wonderful, but most of the time it's just acoustic. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
And I love that feeling because you just feel so close and intimate with the crowd, and I love it. And some of my favourite performances ever have been acoustically, because I think you can catch a whole different vibe that you can't catch in a full metal band.
Yeah.
I mean, heavy metal is always going to be my number one baby, but it's so great to have this diversity in different shows and go to an acoustic.
Well, that's what I was wanting to look upon, was obviously with you doing the acoustic show, how does this feel different to the stuff you do with Absolva and Iced Earth?
It's hugely different. I mean, just because, you know, with Iced Earth, you know, we have fucking 12 out. Can I swear on this?
Oh, I fucking you know,
Gotta make sure.
You
You are called the Doomsday Report. But with Iced Earth, you know, we have like long 12-hour rehearsals before tours and everything, so we're like a really tight formula and everything's, you know, we really want things to be right. And that's the way it is. It's that kind of metal kind of band, you know.
Yeah.
It's tight, it's heavy, it's fast, it's percussive, and there's a lot of drum and guitar staccato kind of thing, so you need to be tight and a real tight unit kind of thing. And then Absolva's a very similar thing as well.
Yeah.
Whereas acoustic, I like it to be a little bit more loose. I mean, we do practice, we rehearse sometimes, and then, but you know, I want it to be more of a casual feeling, because I think it's much more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's a lot more relaxed and there's
Yeah.
not as much pressure as,
Yeah.
like, well, with Iced Earth, because there's such a big name,
Yeah.
you know, in the world of heavy metal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know how you got that position, you know, because we covered that in the last interview.
Yeah.
You know, but how did, well, obviously you guys all meet originally.
You tell the story about us best,
Well,
actually.
I've known Luke since he was about 14, and that, from myself, I played for a number of years in a band called Babylon Fire, and in the early stages of our career, one of the first gigs we did was at a festival that Rock Sector Records puts on called SOS Festival, and Luke was 14 at the time, and he was on the bill. We played that day with Heaven's Basement, were headlining, we were on before them. There was a great variety of bands on, and Luke was like in this band, a three-piece band. He was 14, I think the guitar player / singer at the time was maybe 16, and the drummer was, what, 11?
Yeah,
And
you
honestly,
couldn't even see his head over the cymbals.
all three of them were absolutely amazing at what they did, and I was blown away to the point where I got my phone out and I was filming. I was like, wow. But I've been close friends with Luke's family for years, and as Luke's grown up, and you know, I've sort of watched him progress as a musician and obviously develop into his career. But in that time, as he became of age, if you like, we just started, whenever he was home of tour or whatever, we just started hanging out, and you know, we socially, yeah, we've always got on brilliantly socially. I've always called him my little brother, or little big brother, I call him, because he's about 7 foot tall. But he's, you know, and yeah, so, and then it just became a natural thing that he sort of said, I've got some downtime, I'm doing a record, and do you want to play on it? So I was like, well, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, so just, yeah, just kind of.
So is this sort of like the thing that you do in between, like obviously records with Absolva and Iced Earth, you concentrate on your acoustics?
Pretty
you've
much.
Never got time away from music, it's always...
I try not to. I mean, after this tour is going to be the most time I have off. I've got one show with Absolva supporting Power Quest, which is next week.
Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to have Becky. She knows my calendar way better than me sometimes. It's like, it's very, very good. And then we have, Absolva have a Manchester show, hometown show, on the 21st of December. That's going to be the final show of the year. So apart from that, I've got time off, which is the first real time off in a while. So that's going to be it. But mainly it's in between Iced Earth and Absolva touring, just to see if I can fit stuff in. I enjoy doing it so much. There's a lot of demand in certain countries for it, and there's going to be a lot more acoustic touring next year.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And Becky, how are you fitting this in between your other bands?
Yeah, it's basically just filling in the gaps, as you know, this is for Luke's other bands as well. So it's great that Rishi is doing a lot of the gigs, so Luke would just ask me which ones that I look like I'm going to be free for, and all the ones that I can't do, I'll offer them to Rishi, and then maybe closer to the time I'll have a better idea of my schedule with my other bands, Fury and Hands Off Gretel. And yeah, we've just been it's been very kind of casual, I guess, just kind of fitting in when I can.
More
and
fun
you've
as
done
opposed to
some,
business.
you know. Sorry?
More fun as opposed to business.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and you know, we've got to go to Greece and like see the world a bit like together, and doing some shows along the way. Just extra perks, really. Yeah, it's good.
Nice one. Now, I watched a lot of your bass videos, your home videos.
Oh, yeah.
And there's one question I've got to ask you about that Rickenbacker.
Yeah.
Is that a custom scratch plate? Did you get that
Yes.
made?
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
It catches your eye, doesn't it? It's really nice.
Yeah, I've got that today.
Nice one. When did you start playing the bass?
I started when I was 13, so yeah, playing quite a while now. Yeah, I just loved it as soon as I picked it up. I was playing piano before and I kept like slacking on the practice, but as soon as I picked up bass, I was like, "Oh, this is cool. I want to like spend lots of time doing this." So yeah, that's my whole life.
Yeah, I was the same when I first started playing bass, and now, well, I've not got the time because I'm so busy at the moment. You know, so what are your plans for after this then?
For me, it's a bit of time off. I've got those 2 shows with Absolva. Absolva supporting Power Quest on Saturday in London, and then the Manchester show for Absolva, hometown show. It's going to be a special show because we've got a few guests. It's going to be the last show of the year, and we're also Absolva are working on a new album.
Really?
So that is going to come probably the first half of 2020.
Right, so that's where much of your time is going to be dedicated to next year.
Yes. It's all recorded already. We just need to mix and master it. We still need to figure out a title as well. But the beautiful thing with this album is, again, everything's been really casual. There's been no rush. We've not set a deadline yet because we just want to take our time with it. And we feel the songwriting purposes and the deliverance with the packaging, we feel it's going to be the best one we've done yet. It's album number 5. We want to really make a statement and do something.
Because you're busy boys.
Exactly, yeah. And there's just no point rushing things anymore. We've got 4 albums out, 4 amazing albums out there right now for people to dig their teeth into. So we're waiting for this 5th album, and the time is very, very close now. But it's coming. It's coming next year.
Are you going to come back here?
Oh, most likely, definitely. We've got a very long and a wonderful relationship with Ivory Blacks Glasgow and the people who run it here. So Absolva have come here many times, and Fury UK as well before that.
Nice one. Well, what can I say, Papa? I'm looking forward to seeing you all perform tonight, every single one of you.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a banging show.
Yeah.
And thank you for taking the time to speaking with us.
Awesome.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I've been Esteban. This has been Luke Appleton and his guys, and this has been the Doomsday Report. Keep it metal.
Maybe it's time to